Good afternoon. Would you bow your heads, please? In God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful Redeemer. Our Lord, we thank you for blessing us with this wonderful day. And we thank you for blessing us with the inquiring news that puts this wonderful program together each and every year. We thank you for blessing us with the rising of the North End community. And now, Lord, as we prepare to eat, we want to thank you for the food that has been provided for the nourishment of our bodies. Amen.
Hi,
My name's H.E.Z.B.A. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
I hope everyone is enjoying themselves and having plenty of food to eat. If you're talking and happen to miss what I say, I feel sorry for you. You may have to see it on tonight's news. But we're going to keep the program moving forward because everyone here is a VIP. My name is Reggie Hales, and I am the publisher of Inquiring News and the president of HEZBA. HEZBA, for those of you that do not know, stands for the Hartford Enterprise Zone Business Association. HEZBA has been in operation 25-year plus. I have been serving with HEZBA for about 20 years. The purpose for HEZBA, as a reminder, was coordinated by former Senator and brother of our community, Wilbur Smith. They developed the HEZBA zone to help manufacturers up here increase business and employment for people in the neighborhood. Every year, our purpose is to come together so that I can welcome you all as business owners, but more importantly, to give us an opportunity to come together. We may all see each other at different functions around the city during the week, during the month, all the time. I myself do not join you because I'd rather stay home at night and take care of my grandkids. Plus, I only own 2 suits. But I want to welcome you all here because I feel, as being born and raised in this neighborhood, that it's important to always remember those that came before us. As an example, those leaders that have gone on, some of them have street corners named after them. Just last year at this event, we honored our very dear friend, Mr. Larry Charles. I was at Larry's funeral, and as sad as I wanted to be, I was happy because his conscience and his message was translated to his family because I could hear it in their dialogue. And there's only one place that they could get that, and that was from Larry Charles. So I was very happy that last year we were here to honor him. We did put the coverage from that on our social media. But more importantly, we did a cover story on Mr. Charles titled Redeemed. You know, sometimes we as a culture tend to turn our backs on one another when things aren't as shiny. But here at Inquiring News, we don't talk about your hardships. We talk about the positive things that you do in our community. That was my father's ment and purpose, and it is something that I'm proud to continue today. Next year, this time, Inquiring News will celebrate 50 years of publishing. I can say happily that from the day he started, my father, the day he started that paper in a one-room shack on Albany Avenue across from the YMCA, with all kind of little mice and everything else running around, I was scared to death. But the point is, we have never in our history missed a week of publishing. Under my tenure, it's been 11 years now that my father has been deceased, and I have not missed putting that paper on the street every single week. Some say, why don't we get to all of the great stories that our people of color do? And I have to tell them sometimes it's economics. Sometimes I have to make you work a little bit. You have a college degree, I tell you to put pen to paper. You have a cell phone, I tell you to take a picture. My job is to provide a paper and to provide space for that good news. In all honesty, it's still a rough challenge. But I have you, I have family, and more importantly, I have God on my side. So today, I'm glad that we continue to come together. I would like for you guys to see who helps us put this program together. When I call these sponsors, they're not looking for a 5-page letter. They're not looking for a song and a dance. I make one call, I make one communique, and they respond. So these people, give them a round of applause. Because of H.E.Z.B.A, because of the paper, they are concerned about you. Those companies are concerned about having a diverse force, and we are here to help them do that. When we say that state dollars are coming through, that's fine. When I hear from our construction industry and our people of color in construction say that they're not getting their fair share of the work, that's where we step in and come through and try to help make a difference. But sometimes if we keep those discouraging stories to ourselves, we don't make any progress. So you have to talk. We have to talk to one another, share our struggles, share our celebrations. Me in the paper, I can't tell it if I'm not told. But more importantly, we have to talk not about one another, but give thanks and praise to one another. Amen. Because degrading each other as a culture gets us nowhere. But truly being unified in our efforts makes us greater. So I want to welcome you all here today. Equally as important for us coming together to celebrate Black history is that we had some unsatisfactory news this year when we heard that some wonderful, awesome political leaders of our state were not seeking re-election. And I said, oh my God, what are we going to do now? I don't know anybody. These yuppies are coming in. They live 15 towns away and they want to run our state and our community and they don't even know us. So we're here to make sure that all of our elected leaders continue to get our support. We want them to listen to us. We want to hear their ideas. But together we want to have a 5 to 10 point plan of not what we dream about, but what we want in our community to happen to move forward. A lot of us know that there are opportunities out there, but they choose to do it by themselves and get the pie and save it to themselves and not share the ideas or the successes with one another. The people of our culture did not die in vain. And they are turning in their grave to know that we are not holding our feet to fire for them dying for us to enjoy what we have today. So I leave that for you to dwell on. But I, my family, and this paper are here for you to work and solve our problems. Never say that I'm not here to help, because I am. I was taught by some great old school people, like one of our honorees, Riley Johnson. So, today, I am thrilled as can be, because our Lieutenant Governor, Nancy Wyman, again, is here with us. There is not one event, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not one event that I have not seen her in the north end of Hartford as a child. So we're going to miss that. But I want for all of us collectively to say to her, and Denise, if she can't make it today, our great treasurer, we are going to present Denise Napier an award. We're going to do it in her office, and you'll see it in the paper. But I would like for you all to stand and give us an applause Because Nancy Wyman, we thank you and we want to wish you a farewell. No. Nancy, did you want to say something?
Are you kidding me? I promise you. It'll only be a few words. I just really, I am retiring. I'm not going to be running again for office, and so this is like the last tour, the year of tours. But I would not miss this event for anything. HEZBA has been a great part of my political career. The support that you've given me, the knowledge that you have given me for telling me what the right things are and what's going on in the community is so very, very important. Yesterday we honored a wonderful woman named Margaret Morton. And Margaret Morton was a state representative and a state senator. She was the first African American state senator to ever serve in the state of Connecticut. Yes. She was an absolutely wonderful, wonderful woman, and I got to serve with her. I was in the House and she was in the Senate. She was a lady. She was a lady with such class that nobody knew what to do with her. And so when she said something should get done, everybody said, well, you can't say no to such a lady. She knew exactly what she was doing, but so many of us stand on her shoulders now, because as women we do more than anybody else. Women were not supposed to be running for state senate. They said to her, it wasn't her time. She says, oh, it's my time. It might not be your time, but it's my time. And she was right. So I just ask you, and I thank you. I'd like to thank HEZBA and of course Reggie, wherever you are. Please give my love to your mom. I know she's not well today. We pray for her quick recovery, getting out of the hospital, and just tell her that I promise that if she calls, I'll come to another HEZBA luncheon.
Oh, my.
All right. Thank you all very, very much for everything you do. God bless you. Thank you for this honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, and moving on, before we do our recognition of some great local business owners here, every year when I call him, he comes to support us. He was born and raised in Hartford. He's going on 50 years as a professional singer. You know him, born and raised in Hartford, was here last year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Mr. famed Hartford's own singer, Daryl Carter.
Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Congratulations. Let's give it up for Riley. Let's give it up for Reggie. I'm going to dedicate this song to Reggie's mom and everybody else. Something from Stevie Wonder. Any Stevie Wonder fans in the house? That's just 5 of you. Any Stevie Wonder fans in the house? All right, we can do this. Lately I've had the strangest feeling, with no vivid reason here to find. Just the thought of losing you've been hanging from my mind. Mama frequently of wearing perfume, would you say a special place to go? come back soon. You don't know, never know. Well, I'm a man of many wishes. I hold my permanence in the sense what I really feel. My eyes won't let me hide, but they always start to cry. But this time could mean goodbye. Just the other night while you were sleeping, I vaguely heard you whisper someone's name. And when I answered the thought you keeping, you just say it again. Just the other night while you were sleeping, I vaguely heard you whisper someone's name. And when I saw the thought you're keeping, you just say nothing changed. Well, I'm a man of many wishes. I hold my permanence in the sense what I really feel. My eyes won't let me hide, but they always start to cry. But this time could mean goodbye, goodbye. I'm a man of many wishes. I hold my permanence in the sense
No program would be complete without our guest speaker. Today we have the Honorable Bloomfield Mayor, Suzette DeBeathams-Brown, and here she is.
Good afternoon, and thank you. I'm not going to be before you long. It's really exciting for me standing here as the first Caribbean American female mayor of Bloomfield. With the way our world is going and the things that are coming out of Washington, I feel so very proud. I feel very proud of our small town that took a chance on 6 new elected leaders who had a desire to see our town be all that it could be. A desire for choice, change, trust, and transparency. That's the platform we ran on. I also stand here proudly as a former minority business owner. My father years ago started an electrical contracting company, the first African American to do highway heavy work here in the state of Connecticut. He passed away and I was able to run his company for a few years. That's a great legacy. I also know as a minority business owner the importance of unity, the importance of support, the importance of community, the importance of buy-in. And what I see in this room is just that, community. Making the connections, making relationships that our businesses grow. If our businesses grow, our communities grow, it's a win-win for everyone, right? It's great to know that we have people that still want to be a part of the community to create change. And that's what business owners do every day, especially the small minority business, because that's your baby, right? You've made an investment in your business, you've made an investment in your community, and you're sticking to that. It's not always good. You're not always making payroll, you're not always paying your bills, but you have a desire to make a difference. You have a desire to see growth. You have a desire to make changes, and that right there is a testament to every one of us sitting in this room today. The only way that we will continue to grow is creating relationships. It's not the crab in the barrel mentality where I don't want you to succeed. It should be the mentality that if you succeed, I succeed. It's a win-win. It's just like politics, really. I know I used to say, I think I've heard it enough now that you can't say that anymore. But I used to say I'm not a politician. I'm just a community volunteer, a community servant, trying to make the best decision, not just for me, my husband, our children, and no more, but for the entire community. And I believe as minority business owners, that's what we do every single day. Yes, we're trying to make sure that we take care of our families, but we're also trying to make sure that we take care of our community, that our communities are sustainable. So I applaud every one of us here today, everyone that has made that commitment that come hell or high water, I'm gonna give this all I've got to make my community successful. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you to this organization that reaches out on a yearly basis. I also want to take this time to thank some of our honorees and the commitment that they have made to our community, but more so to Miss Lorna Little, right? Because she decided to make a difference in her community, for the young people in her community. And what it does to other women, especially women of color, it's kind of like a role model. It gives us a picture of what we can do. It gives us a picture that we can make a difference. It gives us a picture that we're quite awesome in our own right, and that we can change the world one life at a time. So I thank you for that, and I celebrate you, especially this Black History Month, right? That's some goals right there. So I thank you once again for all that you do. The fight is hard, and sometimes as minorities, the fight isn't fair. But when you fight alone, you could probably only scratch someone. You could probably, pull some hair. But if you fight together as an army, you can kick down doors. You can tear down walls. And you can make sustainable changes. Let's keep fighting. Thank you.
Hello, I'm H.E.Z.B.A McCauley, and I'm exploring a run for mayor of the city of Hartford in the 2019 election. It's undeniable that Hartford has many challenges. However, I believe that our residents are our strength. The question is, do you believe, like I do, in the potential of Hartford? You see the many assets the city has, but do you wonder, as I do, why we are still struggling to move ahead? Do you wonder why the solutions being offered to us just don't seem to get the job done? Well, creating a vibrant city begins with you. We have incredible people who live in the city, who have great solutions to Hartford's biggest challenges. But you don't always have a platform to have your ideas heard, let alone given an opportunity to co-create solutions that work for you, that work for us, that work for Hartford. Hartford's journey will be bumpy, and we'll continue to face highs and lows that challenge us to work smarter and come together as a community that is willing to capitalize on the power of our collective diversity of thought. The challenges facing Hartford will require each of us to act, whether in small ways or big ones. If you're with us on this journey, give me a call at 860-944-9797 and host a listening event for me. Invite a few of your friends so we can explore the possibilities together for a better Hartford.
Would the Honorable Hartford Mayor Luke Bronin join me, please? Mayor, thank you for coming. That's an understatement. Thank you for returning home. I asked you to join me today because when things are serious, and when you have to wonder and figure out what makes Hartford a success or an unsung hero, it takes these honorees that we have today. Maybe I didn't say that loud enough. It takes these honorees to make what we have in this community today. I wanted the mayor, before he gives some words, and as I introduce these honorees, to understand their struggle, because it wasn't easy. My friend, Mr. Carlos here of C&J Car Wash Automotive Detail in the Meadows, I'd like to take a minute to tell you his story. The day I met him, he and his brother were working. I need everybody's attention, because this is serious. This is what makes Hartford work. You don't have to read it in the headline tomorrow. You won't have to see this coverage on Channel 3 tonight. I want you to think about it. Some of you have forgotten where you came from and think that your success has no boundaries. But these hard-working people right here are examples. The examples that we chose this year to honor. Because as I was about to say about Juan, he and his brother, I get emotional. You know why? Because you know who my heroes are? They're not the guys on the football field. They're not the guys on the basketball court. They're not even the people playing in the Olympics. My heroes are the people that are here today. My people are the heroes that have names on the corner. My people, my heroes are the people that are dead and gone. My heroes are business owners like this. Because Juan and his brother worked at a car wash in the Meadows. They were some good workers, polite, trustworthy. The day I adopted them or asked them to adopt me as a brother, I lost my wedding ring coming out the car wash. He may not remember this. But one of his workers, I called over there, I said, I lost my wedding ring, my wife gonna kill me. He said, Reggie, we got your ring over here. I went over there, and his worker, who I hug and dear and care about his family every time I go over there, and all of them, I'm forever grateful. It wasn't just the fact that I got a cherished memento back, it was the fact that honesty among ourselves. And I watched them grow. I mean, I specifically went there for the great work, for the great honesty that they do. And I watched them grow, and they moved from across from the post office to down the street near Market Street. They worked there for years until they came to the day that they moved and got their own place. This man and his brother, Juan, employ Hartford folks, about 10 to 15 people. Some may have a rocky road and some may not. And they humbly do their job every day. They have accounts from all the dealerships over there in the Meadows to prep their cars for you to go purchase. And that's a Hartford story. When we look in the news and hear about GE coming or going, or this big corporate company coming or going, well, bye. Because we, like we did before, will make it. No culture knows, people of color, no one knows of how to struggle. Like if you wanted to fix that budget a little faster, you had the wrong team, man. You had the wrong team.
My CFO is a person of color.
Yeah, but these people know how to get it done. Because sometimes you don't need a PhD or a college degree to figure out that some things are easy. Money comes in, money goes out. But that's up for debate. It takes people who are not willing to leave Hartford when family dies and they can't own the property anymore and continue their business. It takes for us in family to have a business and continue that business. That's what makes Hartford maintain its roots and grow and flourish. But for the success and the continued growth of Mr. Carlos's business, it sets an example of hard work, dedication works. So with that in mind, I want us to give him a round of applause. Carlos of C&J Auto Detail, take a stand, brother, because you deserve it. On behalf of everyone here, HEZBA, the City of Hartford, and all of us merchants, we sincerely want to say thank you for your service. We appreciate you, and we honor you today.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
Did you want to say something? Or?
Yes.
Go ahead. I see you turning red. Now, go ahead and say a couple of things.
It's very unexpected, but very appreciated. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the recognition. Appreciate it. And my brother does also. He's on vacation. I'm not. He's in Puerto Rico. I'm not. But we're very thankful. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is our entertainment tonight. Besides a corporate professional who sadly is leaving Hartford and the people in LA are going to benefit, but it's never too late to say thank you. It's never too late to say we appreciate you. It's never too late to say thank you for doing what you do. We understand that, as you said, As one good thing comes to an end, another good thing starts. So when you get off the plane in LA, you remember to tell those folks where you come from. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to honor Miss Lorna Little. Lorna Little Corner, for her years of service and commitment to this community. We love her so very much. Thank you.
You know, I'm a photographer, so I'm going to make sure we're correct for our people out here.
Oh my God, beautiful, beautiful. One more.
Where's your phone? Get one of those on your phone.
Katrina's getting it for me. She's videotaping it. Thank you so much. Multitasking. Thank you. Good afternoon. I was a little emotional. Suzette's gone, but when she started saying that to me, I was like, wow. I'm thankful for the award. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm most grateful for the opportunity to have served in this community in a variety of ways. Working with young women and children as the executive director of St. Agnes Home, hosting and producing Lorna's Corner for many years, and ultimately owning our business, A Little Guidance. Through it all I've tried to do and all we've tried to do is make our community a better place. Making sure that we were dealing with our issues, our concerns, making sure that we tried to have a little bit of self-assessment and know who we are, making sure that we're unified, that we weren't arguing amongst one another, because there's room for all of us to make it to the top. And I'm very grateful for this award because unity is in this room. And as I get ready to transition to Los Angeles, I've been in Hartford for over 45 years. And one of the reasons I really just briefly want to say I started doing the photography and the videography was I wanted to show all the great things that go on in our community. It wasn't about taking pictures at events just so pictures at events could be taken. It was about people seeing that we were out giving and at philanthropic events. It was about people seeing people of color in our community going out and helping and sharing with others. And so as I get ready to leave this weekend for Los Angeles to run St. Anne's Home, I am going to be the CEO and president of a very, very large program, very similar to St. Agnes Home. It's only through God's grace and blessing that this opportunity. So I will stay connected through social media. Please, people, let everyone know how great Hartford is. I'm going there to tell people, just like you said, that this is a great place to be. There are wonderful people here, and this will always be my home. And thank you for all of those who have supported me throughout the years, from Mum's the Word on to everything else. I truly love you all, and I will miss you. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
As we continue, we save the best for last. Not that you all are, but this is a king in our community.
All right, Dad.
Now I'm going to try to get through this one the very best I can. Because I'm talking about family. I'm talking about your brother. I'm talking about he as a member of your family and this family called Hartford. He is one of the originals. He is one of those that began his business on Albany Avenue. Not only serving us with his business of photography, and besides Lauren, who hadn't had their graduation photo done by Riley Johnson. But it's a bit more intimate for me because Riley's like an uncle. As I was in high school and taking the necessary courses of the field that my dad began with, the paper, learning photography the old-fashioned way, developing film, laying lead type in a galley on an old-fashioned press that was about 2 tons. I had the opportunity to not only have my photo when I graduated by Mr. Johnson, but who hasn't had their photo taken by Mr. Johnson? When Riley's office and my dad were great friends, I practiced some of the teachings I had by looking at what Riley was doing. When I went in his facility, I didn't know if I was in Africa or Hartford because he had every artifact it could be. Well, who else would drive a hearse too? But Riley knows and you know, but it's important that while we are here, that they know how much they are loved, how much they're appreciated. Riley, it can be humorous, but this is no joke. We love him. We're here to say thank you. We appreciate him, and we want this community to let him know that his years of service, paid or not, because many of the things that he did were for free, he could always lighten up a room. But at the end of the day, he's a part of he's a person that captured our culture.
He's no lightweight.
If you want to see when Martin Luther King came to Hartford, he has the photo. If you want to see when JFK came to this region, he has the photo. When you want to see Maya Angelou at Eastern Connecticut State University, Riley Johnson. He's the only one that could get her to smile. But my point is, he has documented our culture like no other. There are those here today that have worked a career in serving our community with doing the same thing. But this man has blazed a trail. Not only raised a successful and wonderful family, but he has always been there for us. So collectively today, we're going to award and honor Riley D. Johnson Jr. for his many years of service. But I know he gets awards and claim to fame all the time. But uncle, brother, friend, Riley, we mean it when we say thank you for your service.
Enough room for me to stand over here. I gotta preach. Yeah. Envelope. Where the envelope? Brown. Yeah. Yeah.
Get back up.
He thought he was in the Catholic Church. He's getting ready to pray. Now, hit that. Over here. Now, push. Hit him. All right. Papa, I got it. Okay. Got it. For a minute. Uncle Sean just made it. Say hi, Uncle Sean. Okay, Papa, I love you. Go see Kiki Tracy now. You go see. Wow, this is heavy. This is heavy. This is heavy. I don't even know what to say. For real, I don't know what to say. Thank everybody for coming out, supporting me, I guess. You like grandfather, like grandson. But yeah, take me back.
First of all, or second or third, I want to thank my wife for putting up with me. And you see all the police here. Well, she threatened me. So I called my son, I said, "Boo, Mama threatened me." So he said, "Don't worry about it. I have my boys up there." So thanks, Boo, for having your boys here. You know, then my daughter Tracy, she was talking to me, then she started crying in the car. Because she's upset about what's going on with all these shootings and whatnot. And that kind of like touched me. And she said, "Dad, what we gonna do?" I said, "First of all, you gotta keep on praying." I said, "But it's a lot of crazy people, not just in Middletown, but we talked about Middletown back in the day. Middletown, you know, so Middletown always been a town for, as they would say, those people. So we're gonna continue to pray for kids and the families in Middletown, but it just goes to show you that the kids now are stepping up. They're stepping up and they're stepping out. And it's sad to say that she said, "Well, what's gonna happen?" I said, "Nothing gonna happen, because it's just gonna keep going on and on and on and on. The ministers preaching, talking, same thing, but it's nothing gonna happen to counteract what's going on." And I've been joyful. Everybody know me, I like to laugh, I like to joke, but my heart is broken. It's broken, Lou. You know, I talk to you every day. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken. Dwight, thank you. Stacy, thank you. Dare to be great, thank you. Best to call a few out. Kurt, Sean, Lou, Moses, Winston, and everybody. You called me late. Brad Howard, he back there waving. We see you, Brad. Rolo Jones. Rolo, a good friend of mine. Everybody else.
Me, brother.
Oh, Merle Davis, this circus just landed on Windsor Street. He just jumped off to get some pictures. But that's not his regular time. Moses Price. Moses, that you?
That's me, Rob.
Oh, I didn't know. You got kind of nice white folks' clothes on. Okay. So, is there any questions? We're going to turn this into a question and answer. You told me I got a lot of time, so. Yvonne, you still here? Yvonne Davis. Now, Yvonne came up from Georgia, let's say. But now, if you see her on TV, she's the, what you call the national correspondent. That's heavy. That's heavy. A black woman talking about Russia and China and Jerusalem and Egypt. That's heavy. I could just take this envelope that Reggie gave me and just give it to Yvonne, because I think she deserves it. Yes, you do, Yvonne. You deserve it. You keep on shining. Oprah jealous. Okay, anybody else? Any more questions? Tracy, you got something to say? Come on, Tracy. Come say something to the people. Tell them you my firstborn.
Oh my goodness.
You my firstborn.
Oh my goodness.
You know how to give it honor to God. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My dad has a saying where he's always said, when I die, I don't want a room filled with flowers. Give me the flowers when I'm living. Amen. This is an opportunity for him to see those flowers, smell the flowers, and touch them. I want to thank you so much for honoring my dad. My dad, I'm the first one. 56 years, I just had a birthday, so I just want to say thank you, and I'm from Hartford, Bowles Park, which is gone. Kurt, I'm still waiting for my brick. Dad said he has the brick. But to be in this room and see so much, like I see Kyle out there, it's just like I see Doug out there, to see where we've come and to know that we're still going. What Lorna said is so right. Our community is so rich. And I'm glad that I can say my dad is a part of this history. And I want to just say thank you so much for honoring him. And let's give ourselves, Hartford, a hand. Thank you.
Last but not least, Lou Brown, please come and have a couple of words. You're not at home now, so you can talk.
Lou Brown reporting.
Lou Brown, Channel 30, Lou Brown. He's from Bellevue Square. He don't usually dress like that.
No, but seriously, everything's been said already about this wonderful city and the historical factors. Raleigh has been an integral part of that. Let's make it clear. He has been recording, documenting, as Lorna said before. The winds of change are now blowing. Let's not leave today and not remember some of the things that we've talked about and put into action. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. From Alabama, Georgia, the West Indies, Cape Verde Islands, there are 3 generations here. We come here on different ships. We're in the same boat now.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not trying to be funny. Many of my mentors were soldiers of the soil. If I have anything to critique to say, is that we don't need the general media to tell us about ourselves. Lorna said it best. The keeper of the flames with the cameras. Our ministers were in the vanguard. Check your history out. In the words of Bill Costin, Dr. Bill Costin, Black History Month is from January 1st until December 31st.
Make it plain, make it plain.
We must reverse the brainwashing, but we know the revolution will not be televised. My big brother, the only thing I have to say to you is that I'm still waiting for you to pay me when we used to deliver the Hartford Times in Bellevue Square.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for, we could go on really like all day, but I know Reggie got a little schedule here, and bills got to be paid, and got to pay these guys for that chicken she cooked, gives us and whatnot. One last story. I was in, my wife and I, in Stop and Shop yesterday afternoon. We filled up our little carriage, those mini carriage, because money ain't too good. and emptied all my stuff out at the cashier. So I came around waiting for the lady to ring up this man's groceries. So I came around, he was getting the bananas and the oxtails and the cow feet and whatnot, so you know what he was. So he looked at me and said, "Man, that's my carriage." Carriage? I just put the carriage here to put my groceries up. "No, man, you take my carriage. My carriage right there. Let me put him on it." So we lucky she was there, because she's taking her earring off, and I said, "Oh." And we in Bloomfield. So the cashier said, I help. So she went all the way around the bin and got another empty carriage and brought the carriage over there. Him said, "That's my carriage, that's my carriage." Pray for that brother, and I hope he made it home. Okay, everybody, just thank you for coming out. God bless you. Somebody calling me now. Come on, man. Okay. Big hand for everybody that's here. Big hand for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I close out, I want to give opportunity to our Honorable Hartford Mayor Luke Bronin, who always comes and support what we do, and it hasn't been an easy year for him. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a round of applause for our Honorable Mayor Luke Bronin.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Reggie. It's great to be back supporting HEZBA and all the work that you do. I'm sure that they were acknowledged earlier, but just in case, I want to acknowledge our great state senator, Doug McCrory, who's over here. And they never got out of legislative session this year, so he's been working every day all year long fighting for Hartford, and we're grateful for it, along with all of our other legislators. I saw Councilwoman Winch, Councilman Deutsch, Council President Gwendolyn Thames here earlier, and I know Councilman Clark, and forgive me if there are others, former Councilman Kyle Anderson. We are lucky to have so many dedicated public servants. Just looking around this room, seeing the pastors, the entrepreneurs, our police officers who are here today because they understand what community policing means and building those relationships with our residents and with our businesses. It is great to be with you. But I mostly just wanted to say, first of all, a big thank you to Reggie for everything that you do to keep the focus on our small businesses, our entrepreneurs, and to help provide the support that they need. Also, I know they left earlier, but we've got the best lieutenant governor and the best state treasurer in the country. I know that they've gone already, but I just want to honor them in their absence. You know, Denise Napier, who is retiring now after such a long and distinguished career of service, is also a key partner in this last piece of what we're trying to do to put the city of Hartford on a stable fiscal path. And so I'm so grateful to her for her partnership and the work that she's doing right now. I want to say congratulations to Carlos, and Juan, to Lorna, to Mr. Riley Johnson for everything that they do. And Lorna, when you get sick of that boring LA weather, come on back. Last thing I just want to say, there's rightly a lot of talk and excitement about the fact that young boys and girls of color can go to the movies now and see superheroes who look like them. And that is a wonderful thing. But looking around this room, there are a lot of superheroes who look like them, and we've got folks like Riley Johnson who've been putting you on film for a long, long time. I just want to say again, thank you for everything that you do to make this city strong. You are the source of our city's strength, as the person who has the privilege to lead as mayor, I just want to say how grateful I am to be part of this community and to be partners with you. God bless you all, and have a great day.
Any breaking news? Any breaking news? Couple more things. There's a very important, another very important business event going on this week, and I want Yvonne Davis and Senator McCauley just to mention it. But one thing I want to tell you that some of you may not know is going on in the community that concerns us all, and it's working. As president of HEZBA, a few merchants in Main Street and Albany Ave have called me and told me that they're having some problems. They're being told to close a little earlier, and it's really hurting their business. Well, I'm working on it. Matter of fact, when people ask, what does HEZBA do? This is a part of what we do. When I get a call, I would rather you continue to run your business and let us or myself try to research, find out what's going on, and try to intercede and help solve your problem without you leaving your business, and we never get any results. So one thing that came to my attention is that if you drive around Hartford, the city of Hartford right now, after 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, you will notice a difference. I'm here to tell you that due to a new ordinance and permittee, that some of these places that stay open all night and attract no one that's buying milk, eggs, or cheese and loitering around and causing havoc in the neighborhood, some of these stores in the inner core of the city have been asked to comply or request a permit, a special permit or permit period to stay open longer than to 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So I got a call from a couple of merchants that said, oh, Reggie, they're forcing me to close at 1:30 in the morning. The police are coming by. The city is telling me. And I'm like, well, let me research, look into it. First, let me check and see if you paid your HEZBA dues. But more importantly, it's like AAA. You can't get a boost unless you're a member. But at the end of the day, I'm researching it. I'm on top of it. I've heard the merchant story. I'm in communicate with the appropriate people at the police department and zoning and L&I, and I do for a few merchants that we can come to some happy medium. But I'm here to tell you that right now, if you drive around the city of Hartford, you can hear a pin drop. Now, if you don't find value in that, when you read the headlines on the major media, you hear about the shootings, the this, the that. Well, there is proactive work going on to address these problems with the police department, who can't be everywhere all the time. Some people just want to be a merchant, make their money, and not even sheriff their own property. I'm from the old school. If you're not doing something right on your property, you have to start. It starts with you. So police have many places and things to do, and we appreciate their service. But this particular program, I have to tell you, is making our city safe. Those that holler the loudest will see some results, we'll see some reprieve, but at the end of the day, some of these new zones are working for Hartford to be a better place. And I think that's very important for you to know what goes on behind the scenes. So having these businesses going on and you going around these places, Albany and Garden, I can mention some South End streets, but when I'm out there with boots on the ground, putting this paper on the street, I see what's going on. I listen to my scanner. I can respond to breaking news too. And when couple of weeks, I said, well, I'm going down the street and you literally can hear a pin drop. So we have to keep that in mind. We are working together and we are making progress. So don't ever lose hope that no one cares about your issues, because we are working on it and we're working on it proactive. A new police chief was just sworn in last night, and I'm here to tell you that we were there to cover his ceremony. We have a meeting set up with him. We want to meet him collectively as the merchants, as he will with the merchants on the other side of town. And I'm glad he's from Hartford, but our job is here to work together because they all work for us. And working together, we will have a safer city. For the HEZBA Annual Minority Luncheon, February 23rd, 2017 has come to a close. We thank you for coming. 2018. We thank you for coming. And next year, we look forward to celebrating our 50th anniversary. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And if I see you tomorrow, wish me a 56 happy birthday.